Where'd they go? Oh, right there, go up.
There you go.
There, go on, please. Hey everyone, my name is Robert Schoonover with the Home Gurus of Keller Williams Realty.
Hi, and I'm Frederick Steed of the Home Gurus of Keller Williams Realty.
And welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. So excited to be here. Again, my name is Robert Schoonover. I'm an OSA, an outside sales agent. So I'm a pretty face that you see walking around showing houses. I am licensed in Tennessee and in Mississippi.
And I'm currently licensed in Mississippi. I'm new to the team. Just here to learn and get myself out in the market. Really excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. The weather is finally nice. It's been raining off and on. I know this weekend's going to be beautiful, so hopefully you guys are taking the boats out this weekend, doing some grilling, just enjoying the nice weather.
Absolutely. Doing a little grilling this weekend. Looking forward to going to the zoo with the family.
Nice.
Get the children out to the zoo, explore a little bit around town.
You going to the Memphis Zoo?
Yes, Memphis
Awesome.
Zoo.
Awesome. All right, so some of the topics that we are going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about why pre-approval is even more important than this year than ever before. Why so many people fall in love with home ownership.
All right.
And we're just going to talk about the housing inventory or the housing market, the inventory and everything like that. All right, so let's just jump right on in. These are frequently asked questions that we're given, and we try to answer them. So if you ever if you have any questions, always reach out. We're here for you. This is what we do. We help you buy and sell real estate. First question is, are there any government policies or regulations that are expected to impact the mortgage process? I would say yes.
Yes,
the government
absolutely.
Controls a lot, right?
Right.
They help sway the inflation and everything. I know when Jerome Powell speaks, he's the Fed guy, right?
Yeah.
When he speaks, big changes happen in the markets, and that drives a lot of things just right there.
Right.
And they can control how the FHA restrictions and everything. So yeah, there's definitely some policies and regulations that affect homeownership.
Right. Especially with the market rates up and down. Again, they said that they were going to drop them a little bit, and
Right.
they actually rose a little bit. So we're kind of in that up and down market season now.
That's right. We're kind of in a roller coaster. It's up
Yeah.
and down. It's almost like the stock market. Try to just to time it, get in there, and through time,
Right.
you end up building a lot of equity, even if it was a downward
Right.
motion the moment you get it. What are the different types of mortgages available, and which one is suited for my financial situation? Would you like to list a few
Get that
options?
question. Get that question a lot. I know FHA is pretty popular out there.
Yes.
You also have your HUD loans available, right? You have first time buyer loans that's available as well.
Yeah, those are some of the programs.
Absolutely.
Some other types of loans is you have your USDA, which is
Right,
more of a
USDA.
rural type of loan, trying to get you to move out from the city. We have, for fellow veterans like myself, we have our VA loans.
Absolutely.
And then you have your conventional loans. Those are different types. And then in there's different programs
Mm-hmm.
that we can access and use to our advantage. It really is, depending on which one you use, is really circumstantial, right? There's not, one great loan for anyone. It's tailored,
Absolutely.
I've
To your
done,
situation.
Yeah, to your situation. I've done several VA loans when I was in the military moving around. But there was also one home that we bought that was conventional, just because it's just the equity we had and everything. We didn't need to use the VA loan.
Makes sense.
They each have their advantages and disadvantages. How much down payment is required for mortgage, and are there any programs that can assist with down payment? You mentioned.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned that. We do have a lot of programs out there, first time homeowner programs out there that will assist with down payments and things like that. But typically, is it about 3% that you want?
So yeah, VA will be 0%, and then you have your conventional at 3%. Your FHA is at 3.5%. These are minimums. You would, if you can and you're able, put in more of a down payment.
Right.
That will just help your overall payment. But those are the minimums suggested. And if you can, and you're not going to eat top ramen every day, put more down. It is more beneficial in most cases.
Absolutely.
And then up to the 20%. Once you start getting into the 20%, you can remove your PMI, private mortgage insurance, and so you're saving money there too.
Absolutely.
Plus, it's a lower loan, and that's saving you money. It's all circumstantial, whatever best fits you. That's why you need to contact us. If you ever need to contact me, my number is 919-440-5884.
And my number is 601-710-8200.
Perfect. Just give us a call. We're here to help. That's what we do. Do we talk about the down payments?
Talking about down payments for
So we're on to closing costs?
we're on to closing costs now associated with mortgage, and how can I prepare for them? Oh gosh, closing costs, right? Savings.
Yeah. I mean, it is about how much money you have saved. Now, there's ways to kind of divert that pain. If we're in a situation where you don't have much money for the closing costs, we're asking sellers to get it right now.
Absolutely.
And the market we're in, we're seeing that. Yes, there's low inventory, so in that aspect, it's a seller's market. But just where we're at, buyers are still able to get closing costs because of just how fast or how not fast things are moving in some markets, and how fast some are moving in others. But closing costs are going to comprise of just all the fees that are needed to make the transaction work. If you're getting a loan, there's fees for that. To borrow money, there's a fee. And then the city and the county all want their money, so the taxes are in there.
Attorney wants to.
Yep, the attorney, the ones doing your paperwork, and you want to gladly pay them. They're making sure you're safe and it's legal. So that's all in the closing costs. And again, some of it can be mitigated depending on your situation, where the seller can pay some of that. And choosing the right closing attorney can also change how much you owe. So I mean, just like if you go to any restaurant, one will charge $20 for a hamburger, one will charge $6 for a hamburger.
Absolutely.
Same thing as the title companies. They're all different. They have all their different charges, so that can change too. How do employment and income verification requirements impact mortgage process?
Oh, gosh, great one. Banks like to see stability, right? They like to see that you have good job history and that you do have income coming in. They don't want to loan that money out and have a risk. So that's how that will impact the mortgage process.
Yeah, just consistency. Even if you land a good job, they want to see you have it for a while.
Right.
That you can have that job and maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be the income and how much money you bring in, and then they'll factor in your expenses too. But depends or changes how much you can afford in the house. So that's why they need to check how much you make.
Right. So let's talk about the market. Gosh, continuing on that, number 6, like what are the current trends in mortgage underwriting and how they impact borrowers? Not really speaking on it. I think that's what our lenders are for, and you contact us. We have some great options out there that will get that process started and going for you.
Yes. The lenders, who you choose as a lender is very important. They're the ones that are really making it happen for you to get to the closing table and afford this home. Now, I do know with the underwriting, there's manual underwriting, kind of like the automatic, and it just depends on your situation. So you give the lender your history, your credit score. If everything's fine and Danny looks great, it'll go through the system fairly quick. If you go into manual underwriting, there might be some hiccups that we just need more paperwork, or the lenders would need more paperwork to verify that you can afford this home.
Are there any fees associated with prepaying mortgage in 2024?
So prepaying mortgage, I want to say in most cases, there's probably a lender out there that will charge you, but in most cases, that's not the norm. You can definitely prepay your mortgage and pay it off early to get that payment gone and for you to truly own your home. Again, this is kind of focused on the lender side. So again, we need to get with the lenders and we'll verify with them what's written in that contract with them.
So 8, what are potential consequences on defaulting on a mortgage loan, and how can borrowers avoid defaulting? I'll lean to Robert on that.
Yeah. So the ultimate consequence is losing your home,
right?
And having to go into foreclosure or a forced sale of your home under what you owe, and you may have to owe that difference if you can't sell when it's under that, and not having a home. It's going to be, I can't even put a number on it, insanely that much harder to get a new home, even if you get back on your feet, because you have that history. So it's not ideal in any situation. The best way to avoid it is really knowing your finances. You know how much you have coming in, budget essentially, right? How much you have coming in, how much coming out. You should always be saving a little extra. If it means not go to, hopefully they'll sue us by saying don't go to Starbucks every day. Sorry, Starbucks. But that's just an example. It's just whatever your thing is. If it means not doing that every day, then do so.
Right.
But, try to avoid it at all costs, and having the best things happen, maybe lose a job, or the businesses go out of business. And I know in California, a lot of places were closing because they changed the minimum wage, and the small businesses couldn't afford it. So there are situations where you do lose your income, but you just got to bounce on your feet, have that emergency savings, and just do your best and try.
Right.
I mean, that's all I can say. Are there any specific challenges or opportunities for first-time home buyers in the mortgage process? I know you mentioned the first time.
Well, I would say there'll always be challenges for first-time home buyers in the mortgage process because you're just a first-time home buyer. You're unsure a lot of things. You have a lot of questions that go out there, and that's what we are here for, to help you with that and connecting you with the right lenders that have the best programs out there that can assist you.
Yes, I love working with first-time home buyers. I mean, I just have so much knowledge I'm trying to just throw to them. And it is a lot because I just want them to know the process and understand why they're doing it, when they're doing it. And when you've bought a home a few times, you're not always accepting to that information because you're like, I know it, but there might be a small piece that you don't know. That's why, it's good to always listen for that stuff. But
Absolutely.
Specific challenges. The first house is always the hardest house to get. You don't typically have that much equity or that much saved up. That process of saving that much money is hard, right?
Absolutely.
But once it comes down to your second, third house, you've had it for a few years, you've built up equity. Home prices have continued to go up, plus you've been paying it off. You have a big gap in equity. You have a lot of equity. You take that to move up to your second house and then your third house. You keep moving up that way and you get nicer, bigger things. But that first one, it is hard, and there might be some sacrifices that you need to do. Get with us, give us a call, and we help get a game plan in place so you can have your own home. That way you don't have to rent. You're not paying someone else's mortgage; you'll be paying your own.
Yes.
How do global economic factors such as inflation or currency fluctuations impact the mortgage process? I kind of dabbled in this earlier.
Yeah.
With inflation and everything, if you can't afford, bread and gas, it's going to be harder to afford a home.
Absolutely.
So with inflation and everything coming into play, it is hard. Now, those that already have a home, we'll just say you're spending $2,000 on your PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. That's what you're paying per month for your home. Say you're paying $2,000 in 20 years. Inflation will have continued to go up, and price of gas, or bread might be $2,000 at the time. Who knows? But that's your mortgage payment, and then everyone else's rent has continued to increase. You're probably paying $3,500 during that time, where your mortgage is only $2,000, cost the same cost of bread.
Right.
So inflation is a factor in everything. You truly need to get in now and just ride the wave with everybody else.
Absolutely.
How does owning a home impact your ability to make long-term plans and investment? I mean, I kind of just
went into that as
went into
well.
that one
Yeah.
on that last question. It is a true investment. You're going to build up that equity. You can get bigger and better homes later on in life. Your family's going to grow and everything, hopefully, if that's what you pursue. And so you can get a bigger house with more bedrooms. If you like your toys or extra rooms for crafts or whatever it is, you're going to slowly grow and build up into that.
Those things, right? Eventually, maybe investment properties and things like that of that nature
Yes,
as well.
yes. So that would be so. Not only are you going to have your home, but you're going to start buying other properties so people can rent those out, which is a great investment. With owning a home, it's easier to plan. You know how much your mortgage is going to be now, and you know it's going to be in 20 years. So you know how much you're coming in. Every time you get a promotion, don't just always go and spend it. Take that extra money, you can put it off to the side, put it in an index fund. In 30 years, you'll have that much more money. But if you're renting, you're unsure if it's going to go up the next year.
Right.
So that's where home ownership really benefits you. All right, so now is a good time to buy? Now this is asked a lot, and
right.
on both sides, is a good time to sell, is a good time to buy?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Yes.
So where we are, I can't even say we're in a seller's market, I can't say we're in a buyer's market, because we don't have that much inventory, which helps the seller so they can ask for more, but we don't have
great interest rates.
Yeah, the interest rates and everything, and then the buyers are highly hesitant. They're looking for something specific where they're able to ask for things. So, they're asking for closing costs and all this stuff. So both sides are kind of getting, benefits from right now.
Absolutely.
There is a low inventory. So if you're thinking about selling, reach us. We'll get it on the market and we'll get it sold.
Yeah.
Now, with the future mortgage rates, it was estimated that they're going to go down. They've been estimating that for the whole entire year.
Yeah.
They have fluctuated up and down. What we usually try to get is you get the house now, and then if mortgage rates go down, you refinance, right?
Absolutely.
But if they've gone up, you're in a better boat because you got it now versus waiting. I know several people that were, when it was down in the fives, and I want to wait till it goes back to the fours, and then at six, they're like, oh, I want to wait till it goes back to five, and just they keep chasing the goalpost keeps moving. Where if they would have gotten that house and then refinance later.
Right, absolutely.
And like I said, if it goes up, you don't refinance, you just left everybody else that's still renting. Yeah, and don't miss out on the home you want because it's going to be gone.
Yes. So is now a good time to sell? Yes, I would say it's a good time to sell. With inventory low, we need inventory, especially if you got great equity in your home and things like that.
Yeah, and what we see a lot, and you'll see it on the slides here, is the 200 to 300 range, really moving up to the 200 to 350 range. It's just where most of our buyers are, and those that are renting, the equivalent payment would be in the 200 to 300 to what they're renting.
Absolutely.
And why not? I mean, you'd rather have your home, you do whatever you want to it, paint the walls the way it's your home. And that's why the 200 to 350 range is a hot market.
Okay.
Your average home buyer, your normal job and everything fits there, and then that's where most of us are.
It's great information.
Yep. Now, why pre-approval is even more important this year than before. Pre-approval is an indication from your lender that they're willing to lend you a certain amount of money to buy your future home. So if you don't have that $300,000 that we mentioned before, we get the pre-approval, and what that says is that you're good for that amount of money.
Right.
And it gives you the confidence. If you're going around looking for homes and you're not quite sure what you can afford, well, now you can. I know I need to stay under $300,000.
Exactly. Gives you that confidence to know where you are and looking at that market versus, you going in and you're looking at something that's above what you got approved for, and now you have to bring yourself back down. Yeah. So it's always a great idea to go ahead and get pre-approved. That way you know where you are, and you can start shopping.
Yes. It kind of keeps you grounded in the area that you're at. Now, if you're pre-approved for 300, that's great. I can find you beautiful homes for that. But if we don't get that pre-approved, we don't know where we're at. And you want to go look at a $1.5 million home, you're going to go back down to the 300 range, and you're just not going to be happy because it's not going to have the gold rails and the elevators that 1.5 million had. So that was a big jump, but hopefully you guys try to get what I'm trying to say here. But it just kind of keeps you in what you can afford. Now, we don't have to max you out, just whatever you're comfortable paying, but we know that we are absolutely taught we have to stay underneath this. And that's a great key number to know.
Absolutely.
Now, some more continuing on pre-approval stuff and why it's important. A pre-approval means you've cleared the hurdles necessary to be pre-approved for mortgage up to a certain dollar amount. Again, it lets us know our max amount. And when you're shopping, you know that you're good for it, where you're not just looking at a house and like, okay, now let me go see if I can afford this.
Turns you into a cash buyer.
Turns you into a cash buyer. You've gone over those hurdles. Now, those hurdles could have been you needed to pay off a credit card that had $100 on it or something. It can be the simplest things, and it can be a lot harder to where we need to wait. So that way we're not looking at houses you fall in love and find out you can't get approved until another 3 months because of something under credit. So we get the pre-approval, so we know where we stand. There's no negatives. If there are negatives, we're past the point where the lenders can look past it, through time, and we know our max ceiling amount. Make a strong but fair offer. You want to read that bold?
Yeah, an offer price that's significantly lower than the listing price is often rejected by sellers who feel insulted, right? Most listing agents try to get the sellers to at least enter negotiation with buyers to counter offer with a number a little closer to the list price. However, if a seller is offended by a buyer or isn't talking to the buyer seriously, there's not much you or the real estate agent can do.
That's right. As a real estate agent, you become good at negotiations. There are feelings involved. This is just not a transaction with numbers moving around. People have lived in their home. They have little marks of their kids, how tall they were.
Absolutely.
Just a lot of good, maybe some bad things, but still memories of that house. And so it gets emotional. And then when you underbid significantly, they feel insulted. They don't even want to talk to you, even though you may be willing to move up. You're just trying to engage it. So the first offer needs to be good, something that is not offensive, that we believe could be negotiated and everything. Everything is situational on what you need and what you're looking for in your situation specifically. So get with us, and we'd love to talk to you about the game plan.
Absolutely.
Why so many people fall in love with home ownership. Your home, or the home, is yours.
Sure.
I mentioned that before. You can paint the walls whatever color. You want to add some more sidewalk, plant anything. There's no asking. Unless there's HOAs, you have some restrictions there, or city limits, but I mean, virtually limitless in options. There are limits, but not as much as what you would be with renting.
Right.
Even if you're renting a single family home, you're still restricted, let alone an apartment or a condo or something.
Right.
So it is yours. You can decorate how you want, colors, anything, amenities, put in a pool.
Put how many holes in the wall you want to.
Take down walls.
Right.
There's people that are like, I don't like where this wall is, and they take it down.
Absolutely.
You make it fit you, which kind of is, I've mentioned before in other things, there's never the perfect home. Get one that is very close and in your budget, and just make it yours.
Absolutely.
And you'll be happy. If you're just going to look for that one that has everything to the T, you're going to be disappointed. Greater stability for the ones you love the most. Homeownership means you are the boss and have the biggest say in your lifestyle and family decisions. Suppose your kids are in public school and you don't want to risk having them change schools because your landlord doesn't want to renew. You are set there. That is yours.
Absolutely.
As long as you're making the payments,
that is yours.
You get to stay there. Owning a home would remove much of the risk of having to move. I think I said that wrong, but yeah. Hopefully you guys understand. If not, give me a call. Ask me. Again, my name is Robert Schoonover, 919-440-5884.
And I am Frederick Steed. My number is 601-710-8200.
That's right. Just give us a call. Ask questions. We're here for you. The feeling of belonging. Home-owning households are more socially involved in the community because you have ties in that
community, right?
With the neighborhood and the city and everything, you want to be more involved. You're part of it. That pretty much explains. I think I summed up that.
Right, exactly. The homeowners, they're going to be there longer. Expected to be there longer.
The emotional high of achieving your dream. Would you like to take this slide and read it out for them?
Absolutely, right. Becoming a homeowner is a journey, right? And it may have been a long road to get to that point to where you're ready to take the plunge, right? But it is just such an emotional high of going through that process and owning your own home and fulfilling that dream and your accomplishments, right? It's just a sense of a big accomplishment that you have accomplished that, right? And you get to hang that big welcome home sign.
Yes. Or the tall, skinny one that people lean against the wall. That's pretty popular nowadays. Yes. You go through my neighborhood and almost everyone has one. It's great. Market update. So we've mentioned the inventory being low for a while now, and it's still true. We're roughly at 3-to-1, more of a 4-to-1 ratio now. We don't have that much inventory. Every time one pops up, so we have a slight uptick because you have so little, one changes the inventory.
Right.
We just need more homes to sell, and this is due to COVID and everything, and inflation. Just there's a lot of factors involved, but there's many people that don't want to sell. So if you're thinking about it, give us a call, and we can just do the pros and cons. And like I said, we'll get your home sold.
Absolutely.
New construction is also popping up.
Right, all over
Everywhere.
the place,
I
right?
mean, you go in any direction from where we're sitting right now, any direction.
You will find it. You will find it. We got
That just shows you that they're everywhere.
Orlando, South Haven,
And we got in Tennessee.
Holland Lake,
they're
Tennessee, yeah, they're
everywhere.
everywhere popping up.
And they have great incentives. And I can't really just say, you'll have this, this, and this, because each one kind of focuses in different areas, whether it's helping with closing costs, having their own rate. And some of them will have a 4 or 5% if you go through their lenders. There is a lot of different incentives for each one. They all do their thing. So reach out to us, and we'd love to sit down and discuss them.
Absolutely.
Open houses.
Open houses in today's market, right?
I
Home
love
exposure.
open houses.
I love them. Love open houses. Great opportunities. Shop current homes, right? Get a feel for the home as well, right? And this Saturday, we will have an open home.
Yeah, we'll list them in a second, but because I just wanted to say that the open house it's stress free. You can come in, you can just look at the house, you can be driving by, and look, an open house. I want to see what this house has offered. You don't have to schedule it if you have working with us and you have your agent. We can just walk in. It's open, and it's good for the sellers too. It gets them exposure. Lets a lot of people kind of see it, and you don't have to pick up the kids, pick up the dogs several times throughout the day. You just take it at one time, have an open house, and that's why we love it so much that we're hosting a few.
Right. I was going to say it's also great for the neighbors, right? You always get those neighbors that's curious what their neighbor's
who doesn't want to see
like
what the house next door looks like. So with that, we have our open houses this week.
Yes, and I'll be joining Pam with this open house Saturday, May the 11th here from 2 to 4 at 6880 Autumn Oak Drive here in Olive Branch. So come on out and enjoy. It's a beautiful home. We'll have lots of fun.
Awesome. Maybe I'm going to stop by.
Yeah, you should.
We also are having an open house hosted by Ashton Fisher up in Tennessee at 698 Walker Parkway in Atoka, Tennessee, 38004 on May 11th from 2 to 4. And she's super excited to be hosting that. So go by, say hi, and check out the home. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you for today's lunch and learn. I had a great time. Thanks for kind of talking to everybody with me and answering your questions. Again, reach out if you have anything. We'd love to help you. My name, again, is Robert Schoonover. You can reach me at 919-440-5884.
And my name is Frederick Steed. I'm a new realtor in the business, just bringing fresh perspective. My number is 601-710-8200. And this was beneficial for me as well, getting here with Robert and learning things as well. So thank you.
I'm glad to be here.
Glad to be here.